Hello everybody, welcome back to Hyper Lemon GT. Today we're going to be doing another Nations Cup FIA GT race, and today we are at the Nürburgring. So let's take a look at the lineup. In P1 we have Mr. MS Mad in the Porsche, good choice of car there. We have YRF001 in a Hyundai, questionable choice. Hidaju JPY in the Mercedes. Snake 55 also in a Mercedes. SK Chan 101 also in a Mercedes, seems like a popular car here. Youngman 35 has gone for a Mazda. And we have Shinzo in an American car, the Ford GT. Now we have Daitoku in a manga themed car. And there's Mr. Hyper Lemon 22. So I qualified in 9th, not very good. And in P10 we have Yorosaka from Japan. So there was 20 cars in the race, but I won't go through the whole grid. And now let's get the race started. So standing start and lights out now, and away we go. So a reasonably poor start there from a couple of the guys, so that already puts us up into P7. Now going into the first hairpin, can we have a clean corner? And it seems reasonably clean, bit of touching going on between some people, but everyone's pretty respectful in this race. And now I try and slip down the inside of the Ford GT, give him a little touch, and he doesn't like that, so it gives me a big touch and then pushes me out wide. I'm pretty aggressive back on the re-entry there. And again, there's quite a bit of touching between us, but I got past him. So up into P4 now, so pretty good first few laps from P9 to P4. And now let's try and hunt down the Mercedes in front of us, Mr. Hiraju JPN, and he's gone wide, so potentially we can get a good exit here and get past him, but no, I don't think I'm close enough, and if I tried it probably wouldn't end well for both of us, so I just hold back a bit there and settle for following him. He's got his hazard lights on for some reason, maybe he is a hazard or has broken down, I'm not sure, but he's turned them off now. So he must have fixed his problem, and they're back on again. So I'm not sure what he's doing with the hazard lights here, but we're gaining on him down this back straight in the slipstream. Not close enough to overtake though, I think, so let's just follow him around. Don't cut these chicanes too much, otherwise you get a penalty. And now around the final corner. And I've gone wide there, so that will have lost me a few tenths. So probably unlikely that we can get past down the end of this straight. So there's a little bit of a gap opened out between me and the Ford GT, just over a second. And in front of us now, Hidaju is just under half a second in front. So just got to keep it clean. Car stable and don't make any mistakes. So Hidaju has gone a little bit wide and should mean I get a good exit from here. We should be gaining on him a little bit down this straight. So about 0.3 of a second now. And the top four are pretty evenly matched, so just 2 seconds between the top four, so quite close between us all. And Hidaju made his mistake here last lap, and it looks like he's made a mistake again, so he's handed us that position. I guess that's his least favourite corner at the moment, and hopefully he'll be practicing getting around that corner after this race. Okay, so we skipped a lap. I've gained a bit onto YRF001, so just under half a second now. And the leader is still 2.2 seconds in front. So braking into the chicane, and it looks like he's gone wide, so another easy position there, just basically handed it to me. So up into P2 now, which is not bad, as as we started in P9. Okay, so now skip to the end of lap 6, so not really much happened in that time. MS Mad did pull away, so he's 5 seconds in front now. So as I said, this is it's a 12 lap race, so putting on lap 6 is the halfway point, and I decided to do that because my tyres were feeling a bit worn out, so I thought I'd come into the pits and try and get some fresh tyres on and gain on MS Mad while he's still out there. So a few people have chosen not to pit on this lap, I think 5 people there. So we'll see how that turns out. So 6 laps worth of fuel, and I come out now in P6. So now on lap 7. So got a nice clear track ahead of me, so it shouldn't be held up. Well, won't be held up by anybody, and there's nobody super close behind me, so that's good. Okay, so after the pits, actually I did manage to gain on MS Mad. You notice he's only 2.2 seconds in front now. So my strategy did gain about 3 seconds, and you might notice that Hidajul, the JPN, has just gone into the pit at the end of lap 8, so he took a long stint on those tyres, and he was in P3, and that option of pitting really late is putting down past P8 now. So it's definitely a good option to pit on lap 6 in this race. And basically the rest of the race I was just trying to catch up to MS Mad, but I couldn't gain on him. Picked up some penalties from some small corner cutting. But yeah, MS Mad 6 seconds in front by the end of this race. I just finish off my penalty, and SK Chan is far enough behind that the penalty is not going to affect my P2. So a pretty decent race there. Started in P9 and ended in P2. So a lot of Japanese in this race as usual, and one guy from Hong Kong and one from Thailand. So that got us some solid points for the championship, 1,400 points. I think that's the best I've done. And you can see the guys were pretty good, so A or S rated basically. So yeah, join me again next week for another race on Hyper Lemon GT.